Happy Friday to you, world. This is Evelyn at Hanging by a Silver Lining. I figure if I do the goofiest face that I have, that I won't complain, or won't have any right to complain about the goofy face that this still shot of this video will probably show. So, last night I was flipping through the blog and looking through some memories and whatnot, and noticed that exactly a year ago I was confessing to you about the frame obsession that I have, but that all my frames were sitting in the corner of my living room. So since then, I have done something with those frames, and I wanted to show it to you. I don't think I ever did, so I wanted to show it to you. So let's do that. They were all sitting over in that corner, and ta-da! Not sitting in a corner anymore. One day my sister came over and she said, "Evelyn, we're not doing anything else until we get these frames up on that wall." And so we spent the day doing that while our 7 children between us ravaged my house, but we got it done and it was worth the mess. I was just going to explain a little bit how this worked in case anyone wants to know. I don't claim to be any kind of interior decorator by any means, but I like my style. It's shabby chic, it's old, just kind of eclectic, and so if eclectic means bringing lots of different things together, I think it's what it means. I'll have to look it up, but anyway. Alright, so I have been collecting frames for several years. I love them. I just think they're pretty, and I like pictures, and so it's something I've always wanted to decorate with. This has been a dream of mine to have a picture wall, so dream fulfilled. Anyway, as I've been going to thrift stores over the years, and DI, and you know, grandparents passing away or whatever, I've been collecting frames, and when you do that, they're not necessarily high-end, but they're affordable. So $1 for a frame is nice. Anyway, I've been collecting them, taking around with us as we move, and they have finally found a home. So to get started, what we did is, these actually aren't all of them. Sadly, no. I got rid of some of them, and then also there are a few left in storage that I use for other projects. But we took the frames out. I picked out some of my favorite ones and ones that I thought would work, and we pulled the couch away from the wall, kind of measured the space here that we wanted to use, and we started to lay them out on the floor here. And I knew I wanted some patterns, like I had similar frames, so I knew I wanted to do like some groups of 3, and I didn't want all pictures. I wanted some open spaces. I wanted to put one of my windows up there and some stars. I really have a thing for stars, so I knew I wanted stars up there too. So we got it all laid out here on the floor, and then we started putting it on the wall. And of course, it didn't turn out exactly like we wanted, or exactly how we had laid out on the floor, but it turned out how we wanted. That's what I meant to say. And to put them up, we used T-pins. I don't know if the camera will focus here, but this is a kind of bent up T-pin, but see the T, thus T-pins. These are nice because they don't put huge holes in your wall, and they go on really easy. You don't need a hammer or anything. You can just poke them in the wall and then hang your picture. Easy as that. So let's see, what can I tell you about these? Oh, okay, so we got them up on the wall, and then I went through and started painting some of them and changing the colors up. I didn't want like a bunch of greens all together here and a bunch of reds over there. So a lot of these were, since I had got them from thrift stores and everything, they were not the color I wanted them to be. Like this was a raw wood, and so I painted that. This white one was this really ugly varnished deep brown. It was really grody, but I changed it up, and I knew I did. When I bought it, I knew I was going to change it. And that is the beauty of thrift shopping, is that you can change things, and you only spend, if it doesn't work out, you only spent like $1 or a couple dollars. It's no big deal. But if it doesn't work out the first time, don't give up. Try again, and it may eventually get there. So anyway, I went through and I painted all these. I just used paint that I got from Walmart, like those little, I think they're called Toll paints. I told you I'm no expert, but I'd use those, and then, you know, sometimes I would mix colors because the color wasn't quite right. Not that my colors are so right, but, you know, whatever color you want. Some of them I distressed after I painted with sandpaper, and then all of them I Mod Podged to protect them from, you know, leaving marks on the wall or being marked up themselves. So then I got them back on the wall, and then I guess I did this kind of backwards, but then I put the pictures in. I just went through our picture collection and just picked out some of my favorites. It was hard to narrow them down because there are so many. So that was a lot of fun to go through pictures. And I knew I wanted a big variety of pictures of our family and whatnot. Most of the pictures on my wall are ones that my very talented sister Erin took. And some of them I can claim, like this one. I really like this picture. My mom's an avid gardener, and so I snapped a shot of her in her garden. But, you know, these are all of our family, people we love and cherish. See, this frame, when I bought it, it was an ugly brown. That matting was in there, and it had this really strange picture of an Indian and a wolf or something. Like it was a fantasy picture or something like that. I hated the picture, but I saw potential in the matting, and I love how this turned out. That picture is actually a little bigger than the dimensions of the matting, but I love the long look that it has. Really, I don't know the terms. I'm sorry. I'm sure someone in Blogland is screaming at me, "It's this term!" But anyway. So, lots of family pictures. These are just like cabinet doors that my sister got for me from a cabinet place that she worked for. Vinyl lettering is a really affordable option, and I love how it changes things up here and leaves the space open. And then of course windows. I love cool windows. And so the pictures went in last, and they all went up on the wall, and now they are a great decorating item for my living room, and I love how it turned out. It's my style, just shabby chic, old things, and it turned out great. I'm really proud of how it turned out, and everyone notices it when they walk through the front door. Like, our front door is right here, and you can't help but notice it. And either they're being really kind and telling me it looks cool, or they really do think it looks cool, but it doesn't matter. I think it looks cool, and it's my house, so that's what matters. So anyway, I hope to not be such a pathetic blogger as I always am. Hopefully I can do a little bit more blogging and maybe even a few vlogs every now and then. It's nice that a year ago when I did the last vlog, I was 80 pounds heavier, and I had 3 chins instead of the 1.5 that I have now. So maybe I won't be as embarrassed to be in front of the camera. But alright, happy Friday to you all, and we will see you later.